What's going on, guys? It's your man King K back at it with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience being a black man in Canada, specifically Toronto, Ontario. I've been in Canada now for, I believe, almost a decade, and generally my experience being here, I feel like Canada is not a bad place to live. It is, peaceful, and we have a lot of good things that black people or people of color enjoy. It is true that there is subtle racism in this country and institutionalized racism. I believe you don't really necessarily go through racism on a day-to-day with people around you, but you do experience it on an institutional level. I'm talking about the police. I'm talking about hiring, employment, jobs. I've had people say derogatory things to me. I've had someone call me a monkey at my job. I've had someone spit on me at my job. In their defense, they were drunk, but still, I have had people lock their doors while I walked across the parking lot to get to my car. Things like that occur. The good part about it is that it doesn't occur frequently or in your face all the time. The bad part about it is that they gaslight you and make you believe that it doesn't exist. But it does. If you have a last name that is not predominantly English or doesn't sound white, you might not get called back to that job that you're trying to get to. Even if you have a degree or you have all the qualifications, you might not get the job. So it could be subtle in that way. I've had experiences with, some cultures that do not date black men. White people, on the other hand, are more open to interracial dating than any other races that I have experienced. But you might still have problems with the families or the more old school families that have hints or that are full-blown racists. Example, the French. I've had experiences with French families being racist. I've had experiences with Italian families being racist. I'm talking about the girls that I either have been with or could not date me because of their family and their family's beliefs. In Canada, there are, to my knowledge, not a lot of black cultures that will not intermix, except it's a religious thing, like Muslims not dating non-Muslims. But I don't believe that is a predominant problem that I have experienced. I have been with Muslim girls. They're very much more conservative. I've not had a lot of violent experiences as a black man in Canada, so I believe, to a great extent, it is safe for black people in Canada, even though you do experience some hints of racism. It's not as bad as America, definitely not even close, but it does exist. So it's not something you will deal with on a daily, depending on what part of Canada you are in. I've heard in French Canada, in Quebec, in the French part of Canada, the French-speaking part, racism is still pretty prevalent. Like I said, I've been with French girls that their family had issues with them being with other people. And you also see that prevalent racism in how they hire and the police, way worse than Toronto, way worse than other parts of the English-speaking parts of Canada. And what does this tell you? It tells you that yes, racism does exist in Canada, depending on where you are. There are some more examples of the northern part of Canada where there are not a lot of black people, and you do experience racism in the schools. Might not be a lot right there with the level of racism you get in America, but there have been some bad experiences with people that I know. Now, I've never lived in the north, but I've visited, and you do get stares and you do get looks You do get looks if you're in interracial relationships. You get stares. Sometimes you might get mean faces in the North. But overall, still, it's manageable. It's, it's not the worst type of racism you could experience. There are a lot of strides that are being made to make black people, get an equal piece of the pie in this country. For example, the Prime Minister Trudeau. The reception that a lot of people have had to this has not been the greatest, because some people don't believe that we should get freebies or we should get help or any kind of special treatment or affirmative action or anything like that. So there's still backlash about that, but on a federal level, I believe that things are being done to try to address these issues. So again, it's to a certain extent acknowledged that there is some disparity in income and opportunities between people of color versus everybody else. There is instances of landlords in Canada being racist to their tenants because they're black. It happens in different parts of Canada. I'm not going to specify a specific region or whatever. It could happen in any part of Canada, depending on where the landlord is from, or depending on what culture they're from. It's been your man King K with this video. I hope you found it informative. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.